There are two things that you can do with how you perceive what's going on in the world and how things are happening to you, right? Or how you're being affected by things. One is you can complain. The other one is you can contain. So complaining is kind of easy to explain. Something happens and you're like, woe is me, everything's crap, I'm going to go eat worms. You sit there in your seat and you can find lots of people who will complain with you, who will agree with you, and you can just go at it and just keep on complaining and feeling really, really terrible. But all you ever do is descend further and further into complaint madness and inaction. Nothing changes in the complaint department. If you go into your own complaint department, trust me, we build our own complaint departments, right? If you go into your complaint department, there is nothing happening in there. There's lots of distractions, there's lots of noise, but there's not a lot going on. So what if you did something else? What if instead of going into your complaint department, you went under the containment side of things? And containment is where you provide structure and where you are emotionally regulated. And just emotional regulation is just a fancier way of saying, like, you just don't lose your shit every single time something happens. Yes, bad stuff happens. Yes, stressful things happens to us all the time. But if we go into containment, we're like, okay, what is it that I need to do? So today, honestly, guys, was a bit of a tough day for me, feeling a little bit off, feeling a little bit lost. I can go and complain about my situation, or I can say, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to contain it. First of all, what exactly am I really feeling? What is it that's making me feel lost? I'm going to step away from my computer. I'm going to go to a quiet place. I'm going to take myself out to Starbucks, sit in the sun, sit under a tree, whatever. But I'm really going to think about it, and I'm going to try to contain what it is I'm feeling so that I can process through it. On the containment side of things, we have process, we have movement, we have progress. Because when we are allowed to say, okay, what are we actually feeling? And what are the thoughts that are being driven by our feelings? Now we become little explorers and detectives. And from that detective work, we're able to find, okay, what's our next plan? What's a step we can take, however small, to be able to try to elevate ourselves out of the situation we're in right now? There's absolutely no reason whatsoever in the world you have to hang out in your complaint department. I highly recommend you close it, or if you open the door, you get a whiff of like nasty ass, complaint smell. You're like, blech, close the door and walk over to the containment department and just try to start figuring out what's going on. When you are open to these kinds of ideas, your ability to train your brain to be able to recognize, I'm taking some steps towards complaining, let's move in the other direction. And you spend less and less and less time even heading into that negative space, and you move into that more positive space. That positive space of, I can handle this. The positive space is, I will figure this out. It's not that you immediately have the answer, but you believe that you will have the answer eventually if you give yourself a chance. So when anything happens to you, if you're having a down day, like I'm having today, it's okay to feel a little bit down. It's okay to feel a little bit lost. The choice you make is how long you stay there. So doing this video is one of the things I do to pull myself back out, because teaching you and helping you, someone out there is having a bit of a rough time. And I hope that by shooting this video, they're able to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I have been hanging out over on this negative complaint department side. What if I tried something different? And if even one person from this video takes a step forward and figures out, okay, you know what? I can handle this and I can move forward, then honestly, guys, my day already started looking up.